But then there's the elders. And I first I'm a Delta, and that's very much a part of my life. I've been a Delta for 40 years. Delta is a sisterhood of Black women, college educated, all over the world, and we are scholarship and service. And my sisters are here tonight, and I love you so dearly. And in particular, our Delta dears are here, and that means that you have attained a certain age that you are perpetually, like, we're in love with them. So I want to say, I love you, and I really appreciate all that you have shown me of what it is to be a good and godly one. And then I started thinking, this award is not about me. This award is about you out here. And I made this slide. And look up here. This is all my current activities. This is what I do now. And it's just a lot. But I won this prize for her exemplary work promoting racial reconciliation. But my exemplary work is service. And here is where I serve right now. I want to give a shout out. I already said it to my Deltas, but my graduate Tacoma people, where you at? Hey! You know, they're in the house. My PLU peeps right here in the house. This work couldn't be possible. My Green Dot people over here, I'm on the charter school board, yep, over here. My Sister City people, back here, yeah, you is, you're doing big things internationally. My Women of Vision peeps over here, been with you all since the late 80s, like forever, okay? I serve on the board of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. Those are the ones that do the Emmy Awards. This is maybe stuff that you didn't know what I do. iHeartMedia, that's all the radio stations on their platform. I sit on that board. And I'd like to introduce my television peeps right here. This is Jim McKenna, Aaron Gottlieb, and Jamie Hammond right here. These are some amazing television producers that are here to support me and my work. I want you to give them a big hand. Where you at, Holly? Holly's in the back. There's a lot of work that I do that the Bamford Foundation supports, and I really, really, really appreciate you, girl. The wind beneath my wings. There's John Corsmo. There you are over here. Okay, I got to tell you, when you talk about work and racial reconciliation, John, I'm going to tell our story just for a second, if you don't mind. I really didn't. One of the things about racial reconciliation is that you have to be really clear about comfortable talking about race. You have to be comfortable. You know how we get sometimes when we start talking about race, then we want to whisper. Or, my friend, that's black. You know, you want to whisper, because we're just uncomfortable. But for me, I feel like if I'm trying to get ahead, I need all kinds of people on my team. And I had, and definitely as a black woman in this world, you need a white man on your team, you know, because white men are white men, and they hold everything right now, so you got to have that. And so Early Mork, many of you all might remember Early Mork. Early Mork was my mentor. He was my guy. We were the odd couple. We would go together to different places, and people would be like, what is he doing with her? You know, it just kind of looking crazy. But then he passed away. And then after he passed away, then I'm saying, oh my God, I don't have a white man. I need somebody. And I prayed about it. And then I started seeing these signs around the community that said, Corsmo Construction. Corsmo Construction. And then I saw some property that I was interested in and did my research and who owned it, Corsmo. So I thought, oh, maybe that's my guy. And so then I called him up, like called him up. And it's like, okay, at the end of the day, it was like, I need you to be my white dude on my team. I need that. And I gotta tell you, John, what we did in our meeting at Starbucks, it wasn't just me saying to him that I need him on my team. He was saying to me, Melanie, I need to know more about the community that you are in and the communities that you explore. So this is not just you coming to me. This is a gift to us. And since the year that we have been friends, we've traveled to Africa together. We have cried together, prayed together. I mean, he has been just a pillar of strength. And John, I love you. And Lisa too. I love you so much because this is what the movement for community building around race is about. It's not this high-level stuff. It is the grassroots. Can we talk? Can we get down? Can we strategize? Can we work this out? That's what this is. And for me to just be able to call this man out of the blue and say what I say and he not be offended or fragile about the situation is amazing. So these are all of the reasons promoting racial reconciliation that I'm standing here. And these two things, starting the Martin Luther King Jr. celebration, as Joanne talked to you about, and even the People's Gathering, providing an opportunity for people to talk about race, is in the vision. Next slide. So this is the quote that I carry with me forever, because racial reconciliation is a mind thing. It's something that you choose. And when you control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his action. And so if your mind is poisoned around peace, around race, around Black Lives Matter, around pride, around Muslims, immigrants, around anything that is dividing us right now, I invite you to check yourself. If you control a man's thinking, you don't have to worry about his actions. Where do you get your information? How do you know about race? What do you know about race? Where did you learn it? Did you study it in school? For most of us, it's no. We got a lot of academics in the room. We go to school, we do these things, but when it comes to race, people get to be experts without even studying. They get to talk about how they feel, but they don't get to talk about what is, and the reality, what's truth to other people. My truth, your truth. Okay, oh, I forgot Rudy Giuliani said truth is not true. Okay, I have to revisit that one. Next slide. But peace is a mindset, right? It's like, what do you believe? Is a world possible without racism? So as I talk about peace, I learned this from the United Nations. People everywhere are created equal. Peace. People everywhere are created equal. That's fundamental. And if you don't believe it, then we got work to do. Because our differences, why are we scrapping about immigration? Because some people believe that those people aren't on the same level as some people. Why do we have Charlottesville? Because some people believe that they have more superiority than somebody else. Let's just break this down. You have got to believe that you are equal, not superior. And since we don't have to argue about the history of race and racism in America, because we know what it is, and if you don't know what it is, you should know what it is. And if you don't know what it is, you probably should study what it is. Because at this point in time, I told you again, I'm 60. I don't argue with people that don't want to talk about what's real. But this country was not founded on this. This country was founded on supremacy and power and all of these kind of things, and so that's why we got our problem. Next slide, Monique. So I want to talk about, I am incredibly honored to have this platform as your Greater Tacoma Peace Laureate to continue to walk around for this next year with this light shining on me so I could talk about peace. And so what have I done in order since April till now? I've been doing a lot of thinking, focus groups, talking to my friends, listening to them. Everybody's not on this saying, Melanie, you should do this and you should do this, but this is what we settled on. I would like to introduce you to my new nonprofit organization. It is called Peace Works United. And notice that the middle is works. Peace works. What you do. Peace works. And I believe that everyone has the capability and the opportunity to walk in the circle that you influence and promote peace. The vision is peace on earth and goodwill towards all humanity. To promote peace and unity everywhere, all the time. That is our mission. Values are those. We spend a lot of time working on the values. I'd like to actually just speak on the values. Let me speak on the values. Let's start with trust. Trust. Obtaining and maintaining trust with everyone we work with is the essence of our existence as an organization. Humankind. Everything we do is to further the betterment of people. The needs of the people we serve, both inside and outside our organization, takes priority over everything else that we do. The Platinum Rule. We understand that not everyone wants to be treated the same way. We are guided in our work by the Platinum Rule, do unto others as they would have them do, do unto others as they would have you do unto them. Humility. The work we do, and doing it well, is our satisfaction and reward. We deliver our very best in every aspect of our business and hold ourselves accountable for the outcomes. We do not see ourselves as saviors or superheroes. We are servants. Truth, healing, and reconciliation. We strive to create a culture of honesty. If we ever get it wrong, our commitment is to ask for forgiveness and move forward with intentional efforts to make it right in the future. Social justice. Our work is intentional to eradicate racism by celebrating, practicing, and promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion principles. And then finally, optimism. We keep our heads to the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Peace Works United, and it is under this organization that I will move forward in 2018 and beyond to do the work, not only this work, but to continue the work that I've been doing that gave me this recognition as your 2018 Greater Tacoma Peace Laureate. And at this time, I would like to introduce you to the board members that are on the executive board. Joanne Lasowski, you met her, she introduced me. She is our vice president. Please say hello to Francis and Winnie Mbaro. Francis, please stand up. Where's Francis? Did he leave? Where is Francis? Okay, he's not here. He was here, but he's not here anymore. And then Helen Myrick is our treasurer. And while it's a new organization, the intent is for us to use this opportunity not only to promote our own projects, but also those among us, small people or folks that just, not small in stature, but people that in terms of structure, that do not have a nonprofit status and are doing peace building work. They can work with us as Peace Works United to see that their vision is realized. And this is very similar to what Women of Vision NGO, the non-governmental organization that I've been with since the early 80s, we also hold a United Nations status as an NGO, and Women of Vision does the same. And so in the spirit of that, as Peace Works United moves towards getting its IRS tax exempt status, because we're already recognized in Washington State, but you have to move forward to the next, then we are working with Women of Vision as our fiscal sponsor so that we can continue this work, raise the money that we need to, so that when we go to Norway, some of the projects that we want to do are able to be realized. And speaking of projects, the first one is called Peace Queen Talks. And so Peace Queen Talks is envisioned as a video where the Peace Queen interviews people that are doing peace building work, but for Norway specifically, the cameras will follow me like a reality show, edutainment, if you will. The cameras will follow me to Norway as I live out this agenda, and we will edit it into episodes. And this is my producer. You see, this is Jim. You see, we're living it right now. The cameras are here. You've seen them swirling around. We're in it, folks. We're really in it because it is very important. You all go, when she said, you'll get to go to Norway, everybody be like, oh, right? You all are like, oh, that's so cool. Now, how cool would it be for you to actually see what's going on? Yeah. Yeah, see what's going on. Next slide. And so Peace Queen Talks is one, and I don't know what that is. Go back. Yeah. Just stay there. Okay. I don't think I did that right. So anyway, Peace Queen Talks is one. The second thing, which is not up there, but I'm gonna just tell you, is I am passionate about talking to young people. And the Peace Queen can promote kindness. Can I not? Can I go into middle schools and give an anti-bullying message? Can I wear my crown in there and they'll get the attention because I got my crown on? But I want to talk to you about being kind. There is suicide on the rise in the middle schools because they're just being mean. So one of the things that I'm going to be raising money for to do is institute a program called Friendship Fridays. And Friendship Fridays is like an ice cream social. And I'd like to say hey to my friend in the back, John, that owns All City Ice Cream. He's a partner. If John Gorst, raise your hand, stand up, let people see you. Okay. This is the Peace Queen partner. John owns not only the Notes coffee shop that's right, I'm all turned around, but it's just right up here on the corner. It used to be the other coffee shop, but now it's called Notes. But he also owns All City Ice Cream. And so the whole idea is for us to, who doesn't like ice cream? Okay? And roll up for Friendship Fridays and be able to gather kids around, and maybe what we'll do is organize around birthdays, right, and celebrate the birthdays, but we'll also give them a chance to convene a conversation and to meet someone new and to celebrate one another in community. And then I plan to host a social skills conference for young people, just like we're doing the People's Gathering Conference to help people talk about race. We need to bring the kids together around social skills. They don't have no manners anymore. I don't know what happened to that, but some of these kids are just rude. And as it used to be said in my, when I was coming up, they don't have any home training. So we are going to convene a social skills conference and to be able to talk to young people, to teach them, where's Marley's, conflict and resolution, peace building skills, how to resolve these kind of things, but how to have respect for yourself, respect for your teachers, respect for community, respect for the earth. Which sounds very familiar with the PLU mission statement: to educate students for lives of thoughtful inquiry, service, leadership, and care for their communities, for other people, and for the earth. And so as Amanda was talking to you about Big Enough Questions and Wild and Precious Life and Big Hope, the Peace Queen hopes to take those messages into middle schools and share that with the students. And so I'm serious about this. I am very, very serious about this work. And let me see, make sure. I wanted to tell you that I'm so serious that I went back to school. And now I'm a doctoral student. And I'm a doctoral student at Fielding Graduate University. My PhD work is in organizational development and change. And I figured that if I was going through an organizational development and change program, I should develop an organization. So that's what Peace Works United is. And all of my assignments as I go through will be about that. I had my new student orientation last week in Washington, D.C. I told my professors, I'm doing this Peace Prize work, and this is what it is. You know, this feels like doctoral work. I should be able to get some credit for this. And lo and behold, they said yes. So not only am I doing this work as far as the Peace Laureate, but in my scholarly way, I'm going to be able to document this, not only with the, my 4 credits this semester is to write the treatment and the script and the things that we're going to be doing in Norway while we're there. So what is the story that the cameras are going to capture? And what will that episode look like? But Peace Queen will be going to Norway, she's going to Ghana, and where else, I don't know at this point. But what I'm asking is for your support. For you to show up, like I said on the video, whenever it comes out and we have some events, because of course there's going to be a red carpet video event at some point down the road, show up. If you can be a volunteer at the Social Skills Conference or a sponsor or somewhere, show up. For the ice cream social, show up. For one another, this has been like the most amazing thing to see all of you in the room, and mostly everybody that I know, but you all don't know each other. So when you look around the room and look at each other, I can say that I have an incredible life because I know you, but I want you all to know each other. Because in this room right now, what I know about you, there is nothing that we can't do together. So this race problem that we have, and I hope nobody is in denial that we have a race problem. This race problem, and I look at the person that is our president for the United States right now, he is a gift to us. Hear me. Hear me. He is a gift. But for him being elected at this point in time in our nation's history, we would still be walking around talking about, oh, we elected a black president, everything is good. Yeah. We can wipe the slate clean. We don't have to worry about it. Racism is over. Because you know some people say that. Yeah. He is a gift to us because it is surfacing the things that we need to see for real. The things that we need to see. And I know that some of you are like, I can't go with you on that. I know. He's not a gift to me. You just stretch that a little bit, sister. That's but please, see, just do it from another perspective. In my doctoral program this week, we're learning about arguments. Okay, we're learning about seeing different perspectives of a topic. I'm just inviting you to receive him as a gift. Because but for all of the hate and the things that are spewing out, we wouldn't be reacting like we are. And it should just be a way to motivate us to do more. So I want to end with the one thing, the final thing, that is dear to my heart. It's called the Hate Won't Win movement. And Joanne alluded to that just a little bit. You remember the Charleston massacres. Do you remember when that young man went in that church in South Carolina, in Mother Emanuel Church, and killed those 9 people because he wanted to start a race war? And that's on the record. That was his intent. He wanted to start a race war. I was laying on the bed with my mom. We were all snuggled up as I was watching the coverage, and I was just sick in my gut about what I was seeing. But then we were watching CNN, and the grandchildren of one of the victims, Daniel Simmons, they were on there, and they were talking about what it was like at the moment where they confronted the shooter in the courtroom. And do you know that they spoke forgiveness? They spoke forgiveness over him. If you can imagine losing your family in such a senseless hate crime, for someone that's intentionally trying to hate, and you can stand in front of them and say, I forgive you, I was blown away. And I looked at my mother and I said, oh, they've got to come to Tacoma. We have got to get them to Tacoma. And long story short, we did that. Bishop Jake, you remember that, you were there. We had the Lutherans and the missionary Baptists and the Muslims and the Catholics and the police. We had the Pierce County Sheriff, the Tacoma Police Department, and the Lakewood Police Chief in the same room. We had people from so many different faith backgrounds, as well as just difference in, I'm looking out at this room, and there's no one group of people that stands out more than anybody else. Everybody was there. And our goal was a commitment to show acts of kindness to people that are different than you. Because that's what it's going to take. Intentional efforts for us to individually decide that we're going to take matters in our own hands and do what we do, just as an individual. So what I ask you to do, as you leave this room, I just ask for a commitment. This doesn't even cost you a dime. Tomorrow and forward, before I see you again, just make a commitment to look people in the eye and say hello. Because when you look them in the eye, it really says, I see you. And when we talk about humankind, at this point in our national rhetoric, what we're saying is, I don't see you. So that is our mission right now. I see you. I see you, beautiful. I see you, Helen. I see you, Tracy. I see you, Jamie, Aaron, Jim, Julie. I see you, Alexis, Doug, Beej, Wendy, Lois. I see you. Let's look at each other. That is so simple, but yet so hard. Because we're walking around like this. We're in our phones, got the earplugs in. We do the emails. None of that is interpersonal. So we've dehumanized life. So if you could just do that for me, that would be awesome. And if you can remember that hate won't win. Why? Because it's up to us. If we could put love to the forefront of everything that we do, then I'm hopeful. I'm super hopeful. If we can just adopt one young person, I see you, Nene. I see you, Ayana. Those are students in the back. I see you. You adopt a young person. I see you, Nalaba. Where is she? Yeah, I see you. Because we have to reach back and pull forward. And so I'm inviting you to just think in your own life, what young people are you pulling forward with you? Who do you have in the wings? Who are you mentoring? And who are you mentoring that looks different than you? Because I continue to say, if everybody on your Facebook page looks like you, you got work to do. And that's real. If everybody's that shows up for the gatherings that you have and different holidays, if it's all the same, you got work to do. As I was growing up, our Thanksgivings and our Christmas celebrations and the holidays that we share, I was always the one that was dragging people home with me that didn't have a place to go. We've got to return to those things, return to those roots, where you are being seriously conscious about who's in your life, and when you recognize who's missing, what is the work that you're doing to fill the void. So in closing, the People's Gathering is coming up. That's April 2nd. Save the date. It'll be right here at PLU. We have an amazing time. We talk about race all day long. It's not a safe space, it's a supportive space. So if you don't know how to start, if you're a little worried about what to do, a little scared about what to do, or how to jump in this race game so that we can just eradicate racism and institutionalize racism and all of that stuff and really face it, come out. But what I'm standing here looking at right now is a room full of friends. And there's a whole lot of love in here. Everybody looks different. I want you to look around because this is my life work. You are my life work. And I'm hoping that when you leave here this evening, you made a new friend, cross culture, and you have recommitted yourself to the struggle. You know why? Because the struggle is real. God bless you.